Right, and I'm going to right. We've got it all happening. We are recording. We are going live. I'm going to turn that screen off because I do not want to be looking at myself over there. And I think, yeah, so I'll put the screen just on you, Dorien, when you start doing your presentation. So thanks so much for everybody to join. I did send the link to Brandon from Orange Brick Road, so I'm hoping he joins us because it's because of him and what a fantastic networker and connection person that he is. That we've got Dorien here today. So there was some conversation a couple of weeks ago and SEO came up as the subject and Brandon said, I should introduce you to Dorien. She is amazing. That is her expertise. I reached out and had a conversation with Dorien and she shared with me that she has, like so many of us, she had a lot of stuff going on, but she found her passion, which is SEO. And I will be introducing you to her properly shortly. So the format is that we're going to go around and we're going to do our intros like we normally do. And then I'm going to introduce Dorien officially, and she's got a little presentation for us. And then we're going to have time for questions and answers at the end. If we don't get time to get through all your questions and answers, this will be in the group, and I'm sure that Dorien will be more than happy for you to be able to reach out afterwards. And we've got Dave and Rose from Rose Dependable Nursing Care. Hi, Dave. We can only see your head there. Oh, Rose is having some issues. Watch it on Facebook Live, maybe, Rose, if you're having trouble. That's a bit of a shame. Right, so what I'd like to do as we go around, if you could please introduce yourself. So I'll start. My name's Lisa. My business is Business Plus with Lisa. And I think the thing that I want to know most about SEO is it really that hard? Like every time I think about SEO, I think hard, I think expensive, I hear all these mixed messages. So I want to know how to go up the top. And also I'd really be interested to know how much of a difference Google reviews makes. And if you need a website, if you need a Facebook page, that's a lot of questions. I've done questions for everyone. Cool. Colleen, would you like to introduce yourself and us and answer that question?
Hey everyone, I'm Colleen from Online Coach Support. I'm a business coach. I'm also doing support coordinating with NDIS, and I'm a hemp consultant as well. Yes, in regards to the SEO, it's a big beast, I think, but it can be broken down into little components and stuff. So, just break it down into each step, and then as you get comfortable is one of the things that I feel, a lot of people don't realize even the power of inbound marketing and then using, the SEO in that regards to drive people back into their business as well.
Thank you. Annie, would you like to introduce yourself and let us know what you most want to know about SEO?
Well, I know absolutely nothing about SEO, so I'm all eyes and ears, looking forward to it, Dorien. So I'm Annie. I'm a celebrant, marriages and funerals. I'm also an interior designer, but at the moment, celebrancy is probably more of my focus.
Thank you, Annie. Clarence, you are next on my screen. Now, Clarence is a bit of an interesting one because Clarence already knows a lot about SEO. So maybe we'll change the question for you, Clarence. Maybe we'll ask you to introduce yourself, and if you can let Dorien know what you would like to get out of this time that you're spending with us this morning.
Okay. My name is Clarence Ling. I'm from BBX and Marketlytics. I'll just talk about BBX this time. BBX is a trade exchange. It allows businesses to barter with each other. There's quite a few awake businesses in Perth who are bartering with each other on BBX. And we also give an interest-free credit line of at least $10,000 to joining businesses so they can use it on marketing, printing, maybe some electrical work even, and whatever they need without necessarily using cash. And the core concept is to make use of spare capacity to accumulate that credit on your account. So rather than have your spare capacity being wasted, it allows you to barter your spare capacity using a barter currency. So my question is probably, give me more of an insight about how the upgrade from EAT to EEAT has affected SEO rankings and the difficulty of getting SEO done.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm sure there's other people like me who had no idea what that last bit meant, but thank you, Clarence. So glad you joined us. Rose, can you hear okay? Okay, if you want to come into the chat, Rose, you're more than welcome to let us know about yourself. All right, Rose is gone. Oh, that's a shame. Tanya is off camera today. I don't know whether did you want to share anything, Tanya? No, she's dealing with kids. And Paula, we can't see your beautiful face today. Are you with us?
Ah, that's weird. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you fine, but we can't see you.
Well, that might be a good thing. I'm in the sauna again. Don't know. Is there anything I can do?
Okay, so all right. Would you like to just let everyone know what your business is, and what do you want to know about SEO?
Yes. So I don't know much about it, and this is why I'm here, to learn a little bit more about business, and I need, all the tips I can get. So I don't have a huge interest in, the online world. I realize that maybe, it's good to have a presence and, of course, bring in more business and abundance.
Okay, excellent. So with that, I'm going to pass over to Dorien. Her business name is Eldo Creative, and I'm going to be learning along with the rest of you. What I would probably suggest is that, right, Rose is coming back in, is if we can mute, because I'm going to put the camera onto the speaker, and it means if anyone coughs or anything, the camera will go over to them unless we are muted. So thank you so much, Dorien, for agreeing to come on. We really appreciate your time this morning. We're looking forward to learning from you. Please feel free to interact with anyone that has come on this morning. And if we can ask questions at the end, that would be amazing. Over to you.
No worries. Thank you, Lisa. So my name is Dorien. A little bit about me. So I'm actually a lawyer from Belgium. And I think, Clarence, I've seen that you've got a legal background as well. So I've actually reinvented myself as well when I came to Australia about 10 years ago now, and did my MBA, and I got into analytics, and I was a business analyst. I worked in mergers and acquisitions. I worked with startups, but then I started during COVID my own YouTube channel about hiking, and my own website and all that stuff. And so I started my website about 4 years ago, and that's when I got into SEO. With COVID coming along, a lot of businesses, started going online and all that stuff. A lot of digital marketing agencies started popping up, and I didn't make use of that space yet. But now with recession really in full blown, it's really getting worse every day, as we all know. So a lot of businesses are struggling to get an online presence and to get customers online. And it's pretty much about their visibility. And I realized SEO can really help small and medium-sized businesses locally. If you get your presence in a top 5 or 4 in Google, you would get a lot more customers locally. So that's when I started getting into, I started my own business, and I just really want to help small businesses get more customers online. Okay, because as we all know, like right now, it's a lot more targeted marketing that we need to do, because spending goes down, so we need to target a lot more specific to who we can get as a customer. Anyway, without going any further into that, I'll share my screen because I've got a little presentation about SEO. So I specialize in SEO and just general digital marketing as well. Hang on 1 second. I think this is it. Can you all see my presentation? Yes, okay, thank you. So first of all, what is SEO? I know we have a little bit of a mixed audience. Some of you know, some of you don't. But SEO is search engine optimization, and it's pretty much the process of improving your online visibility in search engines via organic results. And it's about Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, you know, every search engine has different kind of rules, but it's pretty much increasing the quantity and the quality of your traffic through organic search results. And you can do that through various different ways. But, you know, search is more than just Googling. It's also got to do with image search. Voice search is a big one, video search, local search, and every SEO practice is pretty much industry specific as well. So it depends on all these factors, how you're going to rank on Google or any other search engine. And I've written down as data driven. So pretty much when you want to do SEO, a lot of it has to do with your analytics, and you have to analyze really where your audience is coming from, what page on your website gets the most traffic, all that stuff. And that's how you can really optimize your SEO. So it all starts with your data. Then the benefits of SEO, and this is a site that I was going to create and then I didn't do it. But the benefits of SEO is pretty much, you know, it's online. Organic search is like the primary source of your traffic. Most websites, but also your social sites, obviously. And how many people you get on your website, it depends really on how you rank on Google. So first of all, if you don't rank on page 1 on Google, most people won't find you. A lot of marketing agencies say that they can rank you on number 1 on Google. I don't think it's necessarily a requirement to be number 1, but I always say page 1 on Google is the requirements. And the higher you rank, obviously, the more leads you will generate, and that will also you know, grow your business pretty much. Statistics, 75% of all clicks go to the top 3 in Google. So there we go, like anything else is only 25. And if you get to page 2 or page 3, most people don't even get there. Why SEO? It's cost effective. So it's cheaper than pay-per-click or if you run ads or anything like that. It's a lot cheaper because you can generate long-term results, and it's also measurable. So you can create a lot of traffic with SEO if it's done right. If you do, if you generate ads and all that stuff, it's a lot more expensive to run, and it's mostly short-term results. SEO generates more targeted traffic. So as I mentioned before, you need to know who your audience is, and once you know that, you can actually target specifically you know, the customers you want to get to your website, which is very important because anyway, I don't want to go into deep into this, but you know, you can generate content based on keywords that people are looking for. But if those people are not really looking for your product, then it's pretty much a useless effort. So you need to really know who your audience is, so you can target specifically those people. Okay. And then I say SEO puts your business where your audience is. It pretty much means exactly you target specifically those people. I think that makes sense. SEO gives you the power to be the answer to potential customers' questions and drive qualified leads to your business. So this is where I would say that you need to ask yourself, what are your customers looking for? And, you know, what are they searching for? And this is like the key thing of SEO. You know, how do you figure out what they're looking for? You know, it's different for every industry. but you need to really figure out what your customers are looking for on Google. So that's the main thing I would say on that. What are search engines then looking for? Clarence already mentioned the EEAT principles. So EEAT is pretty much, it stands for experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. Google highly regards those principles because it's looking for the most relevant content, but also based on the experience of the author, the expertise that your article gives, but also it's also like how many people will watch your page and how many people will click away or how many people will stay on that page. So I'll try and explain this a little bit. Experience stands for, you know, how much experience you have as the author. How you can create that experience is just being mentioned in different blogs or, you know, online authoritative websites. So your experience will be your profile, your online profile as a person, which then means that personally you have to create that, you know, authority or trustworthiness. And then the expertise goes for like, you know, how relevant and how much value can you bring with your articles or with your content online. That's pretty much based also like on if other websites link to you and your content, and what kind of websites are linking to your content. So Google analyzes all these things. For example, in my hiking business, so you know, you can do a lot of networking, and I've got you know, for example, magazines that refer to my website. I've got, you know, other people referring to my website as like a content hub. So that means that that content will get more relevant for Google because a lot more people will refer to it. As a marriage celebrant, for example, you can do like you can be like on popular wedding. Like let's say if it's someone who organizes weddings, like a wedding planner, for example, a very popular one, you know, that would be a really good idea to have a mention there, or have them mention your website or your content. That's pretty much explained in a little bit of simple terms. There's a lot more that goes with it. For example, the websites that refer to you, there's something called authority or domain authority. The higher the authority, the more relevance Google gives to that link to your website. And how you can create a domain authority is another skill on its own, because that requires a lot of time and effort. But then, sorry, the main thing I want to say is that it's important to have high quality links from trusted websites. Anyway, let's go further. All right, apart from EEAT, and it used to be, I'm going to answer Clarence's question. It used to be EAT, so only expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. But the experience part has come into it because the author itself becomes more important in finding that trustworthy content. Okay, it hasn't changed that much in terms of you know, online in terms of changes in your ranking. But I think in the future it will, especially with AI coming into it. So in that regard, what are search engines also looking for? Your page speed, your user experience. So how long people will stay on your website, you know, how easy is it to find your content? How easy is your website to navigate? Is it mobile friendly? And I mentioned it before as well. Page relevancy is pretty much the key to like rank higher on search engines. If your page is not relevant, or even if you have irrelevant links to your website, it's not going to help you, and it's also going to like actually put you down in the rankings. So just keep that in mind. How does SEO work? So pretty much there's 3 elements on SEO. We have on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and technical SEO. On-page SEO is pretty much everything you do on your website. For example, metadata, and I'm sorry if I'm using words that you don't know what they mean, then please ask me. But yeah, just the metadata, it's pretty much what goes in the background of your article or your blog, for example, or your content on your website. It also has to do on images, you know, name your images according to your keywords. Also base your content on search intents, which means that some people might look for a product specifically. For example, if someone uses, if someone is looking for a dandruff shampoo, obviously they want to look for the product itself. So is it going to be commercial or transactional intent, rather than if they're looking for like a diagnosis of like some symptoms that they have, then it's more informational content. So that's again, what are your customers looking for, and how can you tailor that on your website? Like, how can you target those customers with the content that you create? I know it's a lot to take in. Anyway, on-page SEO is really important, but then there's also off-page SEO, which is pretty much, this will take care of your authority. It will make sure it's to do everything that is not on your content. So for example, if we create links from other websites, we can create links to websites that then refer back to us. All of that will have an effect on your ranking as well. Then we have technical SEO. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but it's pretty much Google or any search engine has certain criteria that need to be met. Site speed, you can improve your site speed, your crawl depth. For example, if you if you have a website and you have different levels, so home, then blog, then you have different articles, and then if your site architecture is not structured in a user-friendly way, then it makes it hard for the user to pretty much navigate on your website. So that's what we also mean with crawl depth. So you have to really look at your site architecture to make it user-friendly. That's pretty much the key. Google has measures, like Google has ways to measure that. Then there's also something called schema markup. So if you look at Google and you have like your search results, for example, if you're looking for a recipe, you will have like the 5 or 10 recipes in the top, and that pretty much goes to a website with a page with a recipe. But Google has certain ways that it ranks recipes higher if you apply schema markup. It's a very technical term, but yeah, it's a lot easier than you think, because especially when you use WordPress, there's a lot of things that you can use to optimize it automatically. Okay, so with that, we're going to link building. In my opinion, that is the most difficult part of SEO, because a lot of people build a lot of links that are irrelevant. For example, you know, digital marketing agencies, they might have a benchmark of like creating 20 links a month, whatever, or even 100 links a month, I've also heard. But those links are not necessarily relevant. So that can actually get your search rankings down. So link building is one of the most difficult things to do. Why? Because it's not easy to get a link on someone else's website. What I would like to say on that is that you can use a lot of websites like Medium. You can like use local directories. So to generate a link on your website, for example, Yelp is one of them. A lot of local directories. So for example, if you're part of a network like the Awake Business Network, you know, you can create a link through that. That's a good one. But yeah, it's important to target high authority sites. So how can we actually create links or get those links is pretty much one word: content marketing. And I think SEO has a lot to do with content marketing. It's actually very, very important to do content marketing in your SEO strategy, because you need to create high quality contents rather than high quantity contents. Okay, if you have a really good article, a lot of people will refer to it, rather than if you have a lot of, very simple articles that have no value to other websites, for example, or people that want to refer to you as an expert. And that goes again in the terms of, it will rank your expertise higher if more people refer to your website. Okay, please let me know as well if I'm going too fast, or if you have any questions. But apart from on-page, off-page, and technical SEO, what I think is very important, especially for small businesses, is local SEO. And this is something that a lot of people don't really consider when they have a business. It's very easy to generate a good visibility in Google if you practice local SEO the right way. So first of all, what you need to do is create a Google My Business if you haven't already. It's very important to have that to rank in those, if people look for a marriage celebrant, if you're not on Google My Business, or if you're not on Google Maps, people will not see you. And then even if you have a website, you will not be selected by those customers on Google. So Google My Business is a big one. I know a lot of businesses that don't even have a Google My Business, and that's pretty much the first step. Then after that, you need to list yourself in all local directories, anything. It just, any link helps. But what is more important is that you're consistent. So for example, your location is, I don't know, Joondalup. So you have an address, a business address. You need to be consistent on every single listing that you create. And you need to be consistent with your phone number. And if you create phone number, name, address, phone number, you just list all those three on all the directories. If you have any that doesn't match that, it will, get your rankings down. There is ways to check that. So it's, so these are things that as an SEO specialist, we use the tools to actually check whether your listings are consistent and which ones do you have to optimize. Reviews, I heard someone ask about reviews. So reviews are a big one. You can ask for reviews to like every customer that comes to your business. If you have a lot more reviews, will obviously get your rankings up, but it's important to get the 5-star reviews. So you can just, anyone you talk to, just ask for a review. It's really easy to get them if you ask for it. And it's pretty much on Google My Business as well. What else? Local SEO. So I listed there, you have to know where your audience is hiding. So pretty much, for example, my hiking business, I never focused on Facebook in the beginning until I did. And I realized, okay, well, my biggest, my audience is actually mostly coming from Facebook. So you need to know where your audience is. For example, the crypto industry, mainly Twitter. I think a lot of us, because we're part of the Awake group, not that many people, use Facebook anymore because of the reasons of, being silenced or something like that. So you really need to find your audience. That's what I'm saying. Every platform is different for a lot of industries. Challenges of SEO. So as a SEO expert, I get challenged all the time because you don't have any control. Algorithms change all the time, and it's really hard to stay on top of it. Sometimes they just make updates all the time without you knowing it. And it's about what if they do an algorithm update, how can we then stay on top of that? So that's a little bit of a challenge, but then that's where analytics comes in. Just stay on top of everything and definitely read some industry news. Difficult to rank in competitive sectors. That's a big one. Then it might be a good idea to do ads and etc. etc. Challenging to communicate the results without being too technical. That's a personal challenge for me, because it's like you can communicate your results, but it's like why did this happen, or how did this happen? That's where the technical stuff comes in, because SEO is not always the same, and it's different for every business. It's also how do I say it? It's like a test, a trial and error kind of thing. Sometimes requires a lot of analysis. So like I mentioned before, it's all based on, you can do a lot with your data on your website or your socials and everything like that, including finding where your audience is, including what's popular on your website, where you can improve when your customers are gonna lose interest. And Google enforces penalties for black hat SEO. That means unethical SEO practices. So you have to really make sure that you're doing the right thing for Google or for other search engines, okay? So I mentioned it before, not all SEO is created equal, and it's different for every industry and business. So how can we do SEO the right way? So first of all, I mentioned it many, many times, but I think it's the key. Know your target audience, where they are online. So, you really need to do some analysis. Who are your current customers? What are they looking for? I would just say, like, if you have some recent customers, just analyze their social profiles and do some digging to really find out how they came to your website, or how they came to your business. So then, if you do that, you will also find out what they're searching for and what is their search intent. I already mentioned before, is it going to be like, do they really want to buy a product straight away, or are they looking for information and then they will count on you for expertise? A big one is keyword research. So there's free tools you can use, but there's also paid tools. I'm a big fan of SEMrush for that, because it gives you like a full package for keyword research and SEO in general. Keywords Everywhere starts from $1 a month, but it also has a free version, which is a really good one to start. But in terms of keyword research, I don't know how much you know about it, but it's all about relevancy. So if you're finding a high volume keyword, but your customers aren't looking for it, then, well, there you go. So I think it's important to find long tail keywords. And what do I mean by that? Is if you have, for example, I'm just working with a client, like, I'm just saying, like, Brendan from OBR. So, it's all about crypto, but crypto has a lot of, search volume, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to land on your website, because it's so broad. So what are they looking for is, like, how to invest in crypto, or even more specifically, how to set up a crypto wallet. It might have a lot less volume, but it will be a lot more targeted, and you have a lot more chance that those people will land on your website if you then have a high quality article that links to that. Okay, another important one is competitor analysis. So I like to think that is also one of the most important things to do, is what are your competitors ranking for? So you need to find your competitors locally or internationally, and really analyze that. SEMrush gives you a really good tool to do that. But yeah, you can also Google that. Sorry, you can also Google them and even analyze their socials. I think that's a big one. So if you analyze their Instagram or Facebook, you know, what is their most popular content, you know, who is looking at that content, where they're sharing it and all that stuff. So I think that's an important one. Again, it's all about analytics and a little bit of digging. But yeah, another one up next is then content marketing. So I would definitely, after you do your keyword research and your competitor analysis, just create like, you know, a list of 10, 20 articles that you can actually make for your website or even your posts. And just make it valuable content, but also like, you know, you can create content that you can then share on different platforms. And I was going to say something else. So just, yeah. So in terms of content marketing, it doesn't have to be difficult because at the moment, you know, there's lots of AI tools such as ChatGPT, which I also use. And it makes SEO a lot easier at the moment, especially content marketing. And one of the questions that I get is, you know, how does Google then, you know, find if your content is AI based or if it's human written? So pretty much when you're creating an article with ChatGPT or any other AI, you know, software, it's always about, you know, the outline, but also the correct information. So you will always have to analyze whether the information is correct, but it can help you really write, you know, the content. So the structure, the outline and all that stuff. And that's how I use it. And whether Google thinks it's, you know, good or bad, if you're using AI, this is what I'm going to talk about next, because it's not necessarily whether the article is made with AI or not. It's about the value it gives and the correctness of the article. So how to measure and improve SEO. So I'm just going to quickly point on that, and then I'm going more to talk more about AI.
Dorien, I just want to make sure that we leave enough time for questions, yes, because the information that you're giving is phenomenal, but we do finish at 10 o'clock on the dot, so it'll be good to have time for people to ask questions, if that's okay.
All right. I'll just quickly base on the future of SEO and then AI. For example, Google in the future will have AI results. What does that mean? That, for example, ChatGPT, you ask it a question, you get an answer. You will have the same with Google in the future. And what that means is that your website won't be linked to it, but also with that comes also video SEO, because up to 20 videos and images will be shown. For example, if you're looking for a destination for anything, so your videos will be pretty much important in the future, because that will, you know, still show your face. You have control over your videos, which in my opinion is very important. Future as well, answer engine optimization. So you need to answer questions. Google has a section that what people also ask for, and in the future that will be even more important, because what people ask for, they just write ChatGPT question answer. They just want an answer. That's it. So any questions, please? And also, if you want a free audit of your website or your socials, just have contact me on Facebook or via email as well. So thank you.
Brilliant. Okay, if you want to stop sharing, we'll just go around and I'll give everyone the opportunity to ask questions. That information you gave, I don't know how long you spent on that presentation. Did you make that particularly for us?
Yes, but it's just really difficult to explain SEO in 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
And I just want to give some value.
No, and you certainly did, and that was never the intention. And as you pulled up that last screen, I thought if you were happy to come back another time, like the future of SEO, I mean that would be like a whole presentation itself. Brandon, are you actually with us behind the camera there?
Yeah, on a different computer at the moment. And it doesn't have a camera on it because I'm not using my laptop.
It doesn't have a camera, no problem. Yeah. All right, just wanted to say thank you so much for introducing Dorien to us. Why don't we start with you? You have asked a question in the chat. Did you want to just ask Dorien now?
Yeah. When you were saying you're getting reviews, is there like an email that we can sort of make up that has links in that I can hit all my old clients, you know, that haven't done it because I haven't asked them, and mail it to them all, just sort of doing a request, hey, can you do a review on this type of thing? Is something like that be done up?
No, you can definitely do that 100% if you have the emails of previous customers, or if you can collect them
Yep.
In some way, then definitely just send them an email saying, hey, thanks for, you know, using our services. If you are happy with it, would appreciate a, you know, Google review. I think there's tools, and I'm not 100% familiar with it yet, but I think there's tools that you can just use a QR code and people scan it and they can just leave a review. So I would definitely recommend that because it makes it easier for people to just leave a review.
So how would we go about that? Like, is that something maybe Ainsley is familiar with, or is there some sort of
I think so,
instructions?
yes. Yeah, I definitely think Ainsley. So Ainsley is doing marketing automation for OBR. So she's definitely familiar with that. I can actually look into it myself as well, but I can't tell you the tool out of the top of my head at the moment.
I've
Great.
just shared something to you, Dorien, and I'll send it to you too, Brandon, because Facebook knows everything, and it sent me a thing yesterday, how to ask for Facebook reviews, pop card review, collect reviews in 3 seconds. So I don't know if that's relevant or useful for anybody. So Brandon and I have got a mutual friend called Max, and he works for a company called Wedgetail Electric Bikes, and I do their social media for them. And Max has, in a very short amount of time, got over 100 reviews, which is absolutely phenomenal. But what he does, because it's a person-to-person business, is every time, I don't think a person leaves without him putting it in front of them and saying, give us a review, which is absolutely fabulous. So that's certainly one way. A way that I've got reviews previously on my Facebook page was I wrote out a template, which I think Brandon might be talking about, an actual template. And with Facebook, it wasn't that easy for a lot of people to leave reviews. It might be easier now. So I actually set out exactly what they needed to do with the links and everything, because people are so time poor. By giving them exactly what need to do can be really helpful as well. Was there any other questions, Brandon?
Yeah, we're primarily talking about reviews on Facebook, but can you do reviews on, say, Twitter and LinkedIn and, you know, other social media like your YouTube or anything like that as well, or even websites?
You can view, like, you can put your Google reviews on your website, for example, and that will just link to your Google My Business. Twitter, I'm not too sure. I don't think so. What else? What else did you mention? Oh, YouTube.
Yeah, LinkedIn, YouTube, or just any other forms, because you're primarily, like I said, talking about Facebook. But if we like the website, for example, you know, get people to review that, or customer feedback form, or, you know, they all can be sent out in one form. So review the website, review the Facebook, whatever.
You can obviously collect reviews on Facebook and stuff, but reviewing the websites, I don't think there's anything like that. That's a good idea, but I don't think there's anything out there.
So you would just copy and paste your reviews from your Facebook to your website and have it on the bottom, like, customer feedback or something on the bottom of your website, for example.
Yeah, you can integrate that. So you can integrate your Facebook reviews on your website, if that's what you mean. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just using Facebook as an example because I haven't had a website in the past, but we're building one at the moment for Worldwide Awake Business Network. So that'll be a big thing. Brandon, have a look at Wedgetail Bikes. And if you scroll down on the first page, you'll see what they've done is they've actually linked their Google reviews on the first page. It's very impressive. The owner of the company built that.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on. Anyone else got any questions? I'll just go around the screen. Colleen, is there anything that you'd like to ask or comment on?
Not at this time, but thank you. It was a really great presentation. I know that Google My Business is something that, yeah, it's something that should be done right at the start, but
Yeah.
I haven't done it after all these
Yeah.
years as well. You know, it's just becomes another thing that you have to do. And so it would be good to do, you know, like an audit of the business and check. Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, if you take anything away from today, set up your Google My Business if you haven't already. And, you know, and create updates on there, put pictures on it and ask for reviews, because that will help you a lot to get customers.
Great advice. Thank you. Annie, what about you? Any comments or questions?
Yeah, thanks, Dorian. Well, first of all, do you think there's any difference really between Facebook and Instagram for customers?
It depends. So it depends where your customers are coming from. I know a lot of, people that I know that, get thousands of followers on Instagram and none on Facebook. For me, it's different. I have almost no followers on Instagram for some reason, but everyone's on Facebook. So it depends. Like you really have to analyze your own audience. So, and you can try it. You can try, posting in Facebook groups, and you can try posting on Instagram and pushing it out to different hashtags and all that stuff. See where you get the most engagement and focus on that.
And do you think you should have both?
Yes.
Yeah.
More like, especially if you're a new business, where does your audience grow the most? But if you don't see any results on Instagram, for example, like I don't have any results, then just don't focus on it, because it's just, it's another time-consuming element. But just try every single social media and see where you get the most engagement.
Yeah. Well, I have a website, but it's not live yet, because I'm at the present time, I'm just trying to write content and get loads of photos together. So thank you for the Google My Business thing. I hadn't even thought about that. So
100%.
definitely do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I'm not an Insta. I'm not an Insta girl, but I have it set up so everything I put on Facebook goes across to Insta. So that's what I like as well. Clarence, I'm going to come to you last because you'll probably have more complex questions. Paula, have you got any comments or questions you'd like to ask? You're muted, Paula.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a very foreign world to me, and something I have to reconcile with how much I'd like to engage with this. So as a business owner, I'm like, how much energy am I really gonna give to this inorganic world? Because I much prefer to sit outside and be in the sun, and
Well, just
that's where you can outsource it to, Paula.
What's that?
That's where you can either outsource it or out-task it and get someone like Dorien, that might be able to do it for you.
That would be great.
But really the key, like if you don't have much time, the key is really and I can't stress this enough, where are your customers? What are they looking for? Just think about it. What is in their heads? If they have I'm just saying dandruff shampoo, but if they have dandruff, what is the first question they're going to ask? I don't know, what's your business, Paula?
I do so kinesiology and energy work, holographic kinetics, but I also have a huge interest in light as a therapy, red light therapy, oxygen therapy, cellular health. I do believe in technologies, I'm not all, nature is our greatest healer, but I love these new technologies that are coming through.
Sorry to interrupt. Just think about your customer and why do they find you? How do they find you? And what do they need from you? Just think about it. And this is, what you need to create content around. So.
Okay. Yeah. That's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. I'll come to you in a sec, Clarence. Look, Dorien, if anyone wants to use your services, do you do any little training courses, or what do you offer?
So I offer at the moment, so I do hourly SEO. It's more like a freelancing service. So I analyze your website and I see what needs to be done, or your socials, anything like that, what needs to be done. And then I send a quote through how many hours it would take. And then we can go over to monthly, you know, what needs to be done monthly. So yeah, if you want to get in touch, send me a message on Facebook or go to my website, which is as ironic as it is, it's not finished yet.
Okay.
So it's eldocreative.com.au. But if you want to get in touch, send me an email as well, eldocreative101@gmail.com. So
Okay.
anything to do about SEO, just ask me.
Okay, fabulous. You said, I wrote myself a note before of just something I wanted to ask. You said keywords, you were a fan of something and I couldn't understand what you said. So I'm familiar with Answer the Public. I'm not sure whether you recommend that, but you said something else as well.
Yeah, SEMrush,
How do you spell that?
SEMrush.
And is that a free service?
No, it's a paid service, but you can, well, there is some free tools. So you have a free trial and some of the tools are free. So for example, you can do a quick competitor analysis. It gives you a monthly like limits to what you can do if you have the free trial. But then there's also keywords everywhere. And that's also as a Chrome extension that you can use. So you can see like relevant keywords straight away if you Google something.
Oh, right.
And that is
Okay.
free, limited. Mhm.
I know for YouTube that there's TubeBuddy or something that helps with the analytics and stuff.
Yeah, 100% would recommend TubeBuddy, but that's like, I don't know, is it $50 a year or something? I have the paid version and it definitely helped me to grow on YouTube. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, fantastic. Do you
Yeah.
have that, Colleen?
I do have it. I haven't been active on YouTube for the last few years, but when I was using it, and really helped. And because also that really helped when you jumped on, say, one of your competitors, you could see all of their tags and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, Colleen's taking on putting our new Worldwide Awake Business Network YouTube channel on the map in her spare time. Haha, doesn't have a lot of it. So that's great to know. Clarence, Lucky Lars, did you get out of that presentation what you wanted? What questions do you have?
The presentation was a good overview, but I'm more concerned about the latest updates starting last year with the helpful content update. I've seen a lot of websites being penalized as much as 50 to 80%. My competitors in my niche, the heaviest penalty is 80%, and it was a loss of about over 1,000 visitors a month detectable on SEMrush to about 200, and he's sustaining the losses until now. And he's supposed to be an SEO specialist. I'm seeing a lot of SEO agencies being punished because of the helpful content update and the subsequent updates rather than being rewarded, and there are very few winners around. I'm just wondering what your thoughts about this and whether the quality of SEO is a lot more important now rather than the quantity.
Quality, yeah.
Yeah, so the first thing I would do is check your backlinks. So, you know, there's a lot of there's tools that you can use. I don't know off the top of my head, but then they rank your backlinks in order of spam. If you have a lot of spammy backlinks, remove them like straight away. A lot of SEO agencies have focused on quantity backlinks, but Google penalizes that at the moment. Google also penalizes the keyword stuffing. So for example, you can have articles about SEO, and it used to be that you rank high the more keywords you have, and you can do, for example, I don't want to go too technical, but you can do like a hidden text image or whatever with all the
I've
keywords
seen
in
that
it.
before, hidden text and hidden.
Yes, and remove it automatically, like straight away, because Google will see that now and they will penalize you for it. And then just, I think main thing is your backlinks, keyword stuffing. Yeah, and then start from there and you will see a big difference in your ranking already. And also it's industry specific. So Google has something called your money or your life, or your life or your money or something like that. So they want to like if it's spammy content and if it's just content to get you to buy something, you know, too many links in your pages or something like that, they will see that as trying to take someone's money, pretty much. Like that's the easiest way to describe it. But it's more like in the finance industry. But I think lately they really focus on digital marketing agencies. So we really have to find a way to stay on top of it. And yeah, Google hides a lot of things for us. Yeah. Anyway, start there, and I think you will see a big difference.
Wow, that's brilliant, brilliant information. Dorien, just as we close off in the last few minutes, I'd love for you to share with everybody, when we had a quick chat the other day, you said that you were the woman that wore many, many hats. I'd love to know why you're so passionate about this and why this is your thing now.
Yeah, okay. So when I started my YouTube channel, and that was the first focus of SEO, it's like I wasn't growing, and I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? And I didn't start a YouTube channel to make money first, but then I was like, okay, I can try this and make an online income. And then I started doing YouTube SEO with TubeBuddy and all that stuff, and I started really seeing a big difference. And then from there, I started getting traffic to my websites, and I created this whole online, you know, affiliate marketing, you know, network. And from there, I also saw, like, you know, I can actually make a big difference into small businesses' lives, because if you really target specific SEO and your customers, you will grow your business a lot faster than when you're trying to do it just like over time, like thinking that your website will grow or thinking that your audience will come. No, you really have to make an effort in finding your customers, you know. And so I'm really passionate about it, because I feel like it can be of value to a lot of people, especially now, because a lot of businesses are struggling.
Yeah, absolutely. And given the fact that you're so passionate about small businesses, I'm assuming that your packages are priced to suit small businesses as well.
Yes, 100%. And that's why, because a lot of SEO agencies offer like a monthly package or something like that. I do per hour, and I give you like a specific list of things that I would do with an estimate of hours. And especially small businesses, you can pick and choose what the most urgent thing to do is. And you can spread it out over, you know, the months to come. So you can really budget it. Mm-hmm.
All right, brilliant. All right, well, we've come to 10 o'clock. So thank you so much for everybody joining. It's been fantastic. Really enjoyed having you on, Dorien. Thank you again to Brandon for introducing Dorien to us. Dorien, would you please go to the Facebook Live in the group and just pop your contact details in there? That would be great, so people can contact you if they want to. And have a lovely day, everybody, and see you all soon.
Thank you.
Bye.